Ready? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into ADCMUTSPN. I'm your host, Mike Itgreen. I'll be guiding you through this year's pre-tournament coverage of the 9th Annual Adrian De La Cruz Memorial Uno Tournament. Joining me in the studio is my partner, Juan Cardleft. Juan, if you'll excuse the turn of phrase, we got ourselves a bit of a stacked deck here at the 9th Annual. Lots of narratives spinning around, lots of exciting storylines coming into play. Tell me about what you're hearing. Tell me about what you're expecting to see out of this year's participants. That's right, Mike. We've got another exciting year of play on deck. One of the storylines I've been looking forward to the most is the return to form of Adrian De La Cruz. Yes, the namesake of the tournament. After being dead for 5 years and relegated to the tiny cards for the previous 2, this is De La Cruz's first uninhibited run at that trophy since the tournament's first year of play. That's right, and if you remember that first tournament, De La Cruz stormed out of the gates, took 3 of the first 4 games that year. He couldn't get over the hump, couldn't finish the job, but in the last couple of years, he's reminded us that he's got that natural ability, he's got that killer instinct. And I think with his aggressive play style, he's got a real chance to be dangerous out there, especially back at full strength. And speaking of full strength, Mike, we have one player who will not be this year. Riley Cochran had to make an early departure from the 8th Annual, and as such, will be relegated to the tiny cards until intermission of the 9th. Mike, what have you heard from Cochran's camp about how they're approaching playing with this setback? Tiny card players have actually won 4 games in the last 2 tournaments. This is not the death penalty that it may seem to be. Talking to Riley's coaching staff, they've been running drills, crunching numbers, watching film. Cochran's coaching staff is hoping they can capitalize on this underdog role, play some scrappy defense, maintain good fundamentals, try to make it to intermission with a win, maybe 2, and from there convert the opportunities that are given to him. A lot of people have counted out Cochran this year, but he says that's right where he wants him. Moving on from underdogs to favorites in this year's tournament, the great Oracle in the Sky has actually selected Andrew Noonan as this year's highest odds. Juan, what have you heard about this? Well, Mike, this year's defending champion, Max Misi, was visited in the night many months ago with a dream or a vision of Andrew Noonan winning the tournament in the early games with a red card. All eyes will be on Noonan in the first few games to see if he can convert the prophecy into reality. Looking back at the numbers, though, Noonan has not won a single game before intermission in the last 2 tournaments, let alone the whole thing. Last time Noonan took the trophy home was the 5th year, the 5th Annual, the first year of the trophy's existence. I'm sure he'd love to bookend it by winning the 9th and keeping the trophy for himself. And one man who would love to prevent that more than just about anyone else is Mark Stickford. Stickford's playing with a chip on his shoulder for sure this year. The last 3 tournaments, he has been achingly close to taking that hardware home, but he's been shut out on the front porch every time. And he feels, personally, that Noonan specifically is to blame. Yeah, Stickford's a guy who plays with a lot of passion, and the thing about passion is that you have to have somewhere to direct it. In the last couple of tournaments, perhaps justifiably, he's been targeting Andrew Noonan. We'll see how that rivalry plays out at the 9th Annual. One player to keep an eye on this year, as in any year, is Ethan Wilson. At the 8th Annual, he was attempting to three-peat and was shut out by the eventual winner, Max Misi. When asked about his plans for this year's tournament, he just got really quiet, the room got cold, and he said, "There is only doom." Now, Ethan is known to have a trick or 2 up his sleeve, so we'll have to be careful, keep a close eye on the way he plays. This is a guy who's a threat to win it at any point. Now, Mike, that only leaves the yin to Wilson's yang, this year's defending champion, Max Misi. Misi is looking to repeat as champ for the first time in his career, which would bring his total to 4 wins, which would tie him for first all-time with Ethan Wilson. As always, there's a lot of pressure on the defending champ. We're going to be in for a real treat this year, I think. We got it. I'm getting word that we have live feed of Misi's preparation. This is the stance he's been in for the last, how long? They say he's been here for the last 12 hours getting ready for the tournament. We'll cut to the live feed now.